Hey guys, it's Matt from KRT Reloading and Gear Channel, and that sounds really weird to say, but we're here today to take a look at the new Olight PLX dual beam 1200 lumen weapon light, and they reached out. One of their promotional companies reached out several weeks back and wanted to know if I'd be interested in doing some promotional work with this. And I'm always about getting my hands on new stuff to try it out. So I'm like, sure, send it on over. And so here it is. I have had this out of the box and mounted up just to make sure everything was good. And now I've repackaged it the way it came, and we're going to turn around here and take a look at me opening this up just the way this thing comes in. It's pretty neat packaging. Real quick, on this new channel, I mean, literally, this is one of the first handful of videos that I've posted up to this. This kind of content has been drawing me strikes on my primary YouTube channel, Kentucky Range Time, where I'm doing a lot of the gel block testing and some firearms reviews. And so in an attempt to protect that channel and keep it healthy, because I've got a massive library of gel block tests accumulated there over the last 3 years. I don't want reviews, literally reviews on content like this, to cause me to lose that channel. So I started this secondary channel up to do this kind of content on, and hopefully if this content will be fine, but if it's not, it won't endanger the primary channel that we've got over there. So I'll be doing a parallel stream here. All the content that have been doing, I plan on still doing on one channel or the other, and we'll just see how that works out for a while. And anyway, so I've had an introductory video, and I've got a Trijicon MRO video that I had set to go to the primary channel on YouTube, but just a couple of weeks back, I got a strike for a similar video to the Trijicon on taking out a Vortex AR Spark and Spark AR and just setting it up out of the box. I didn't even show mounting it to a weapon, or I didn't even really show a weapon anywhere in the video or the slides on that, yet I got a strike on that from YouTube. So I'm trying to be cautious about doing firearms accessories, because in the gray area of the community guidelines, there's notes about accessories that make firearms more effective. And I guess, guys, that applies to red dots as well. You know, it's I don't know. It's amazing to me. But anyway, let's turn around here and take a look at this this Olight PLX, and eventually we will show this mounted up on the new Gen 6 G45. So, all right, guys, let's turn around here and get started on this. All right, so out of the box, this package has everything you need, and even's got the fancy ribbon here. Anyway, so you've got a pull tab here that you pull out, and right there it is. This is just the box, and you know, that's the little tab that was slid in, isolating the battery, and I did not reinstall that. But here is a first look at the actual physical light here. So there's the rail mounting attachment, and there's the dual beams. So you've got one large beam for the floodlight, or the spot, I guess, and two smaller ones for the floodlight, and charging port down here. This is USB-C rechargeable now. And you have your on-off buttons over here on each side. So here's a look at the on-off buttons, and you have a right and a left-hand on-off button for left or right-handed shooters. And so one click and you turn it on, another click and it shuts off. There's a switch right here on the left side that will select between the floodlight function and the spotlight function, and 3 quick taps on this will turn on the strobe function. And the strobe function does work in either the flood or the spotlight configuration. So pretty bright here, guys. So this is 1200 lumens. and has a 300-meter throw distance on the spot function here. All right. So this is a good look at the physical characteristics of this. And let's go ahead and continue with the opening portion. So here's the README, fully charged this thing, and I did fully charge it when I got it out. The directions and all the paperwork are included inside this little sleeve right here. And then here in the case is the charging cable. Like I said, this is a USB-A and a USB-C on that end. And here's a couple of other accessories. So this is the wrench to tighten everything up. You've got two sizes of Allens on here, and then you've got the blade driver. And here's a GL rail adapter and a set screw for that. So the GL rail adapter here is made for some Glock models. I'm assuming it's probably the 380, like the Glock 43 or the 42, and maybe the 22 long rifle. And so that's it's a thinner rail than the 1913 that's over here. And this is what most of your full-size Glocks use. And then there is a set screw there as well. So looking at the rail adapters here, there's a little something different here as well. So this adapter, this screw can be taken off, and this can be flipped around 180 degrees and tightened back down to change the position of this. And then when the mounting system here is loosened up, this piece here will also slide forward. And between the two adjustments here, it allows you to custom tune the location of the front of this, the light fixture, back up to the trigger guard on your handgun. So that's pretty nice, because a lot of the handguns don't have multiple sets of rails out through here, especially the Glocks. I mean, they pretty much only have one rail section on there, and this is very, very handy for being able to mount this light up and then pull it all the way back against the finger guard, the trigger guard. So, and we'll show that here in just a second. All right, guys, so the Allen wrench right here is what you use to loosen this screw up and make the adjustments between the rail adapters here. And then this is the flat side of that you use to actually tighten this up once you get everything set in place where you want it. So this sight does have several other adjustments to it. You have a mode 1 and a mode 2 that you can access by pressing and holding the buttons in a certain combination, and those are detailed out in the instructions. And one of those provides direct access to the bright light setting and the function between the strobe. It determines how those come on. So that's all in the book. You can read up on that as well. All right, let's. I'm not going to actually show installing this, but I am going to show it installed, and I want to see if that makes a difference for staying out of trouble. So we'll be back here in just a second. So all right, guys, here we are, and showing clear here. And this is the Glock 45 G6, and we do have this installed. And you can see right here that mounting system allows you to adjust everything and move that entire mounting system forward enough to bring the light back and close up the gap here between the trigger guard. And that's pretty nice, guys. It really is. And you can see right there the fit between that rail adapter. So nice fit here. And there's our strobe mode, and here's our high beam, low beam mode. So, all right, guys. That'd be enough to give you a headache, wouldn't it? So far, I've not had a chance to get this out to the range yet, but I do plan on taking this out in the upcoming weeks as the weather gets better. I want to put a lot of rounds, daytime rounds through this with this light on here to see how durable it is. And if possible, I want to try to get out in after dark and do some night shooting with this as well, and see how this thing performs at night. So hopefully we'll have a follow-up video on this actually out on the range. But for now, guys, this is the Olight PLX, and it is a nice compact package on this handgun. And I did try this with a couple of my holsters, my light-bearing holsters, and it seems to be a pretty universal fit. The same holsters I run my my Streamlights on, my Safariland holsters. I mean, I had no issues at all replacing this light here with the Olight and keeping it in the same holster. So I won't say that's comparable to all different holsters, but for the Safarilands that I'm carrying on my duty belt, this light is a pretty easy change out if I decided to go that way. All right, guys, there it is, the new Olight PLX, and this is a move away for Olight, is a move away from the magnetic charging ports that they had on some of their lights. I have one of their other lights here. This is the PL Mini that has the charging port on the base, where you can just lay this down and lay that magnetic charging adapter over here, and it'll hang on to this. And I don't know, I'm assuming they were having some issues with that, but they have moved away from that to the USB-C, and this port is right here on the bottom, right there. And you can see that, you know, it's just as easy to come over and plug this in, but you get a more definite connection with the USB-C, and that may have been part of the issues, that this could get bumped and it could pull off the magnetic charger, and then you pick up your handgun thinking you have a fully charged light, and it's not. So that would eliminate any issues by having this USB-C plugged directly into that. Much more durable fixed connection on that. So all right, guys, looking forward to getting this out to the range and getting some night shots out with it. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so new channel, and I don't know if this is within the first few weeks of this video getting posted. You may be one of the first few people to find my new channel, and so I would appreciate if you guys take the time to subscribe and turn on those notifications here. And I promise not to flood you with too many videos. I typically do 1 to 2 gel block tests a week, and maybe 1 or 2 other equipment reviews a week or a month. So not a whole lot between the 2 channels. And recently I've been doing like 1 gel block test and 1 equipment review. And the equipment that I'm going to focus on, guys, it's not just firearms related. I'll be doing some, I'm going to pull some of my old videos over from the other channel. I've got reviews on solar panels and battery banks, portable battery banks that you can use to keep these types of devices here charged up in the field and on the go, and a lot of other odds and ends. So some prepper type items on the review on the gear side. So stay tuned for those. And anyway, guys, that's it. I'm glad you're here, and look forward to another long and productive relationship with you guys, like I've had with a lot of the other guys on my other channel. So, all right, Matt from Kentucky Range Time. We'll catch you on the next one.